Good day to everyone. My name is Clarissa. This presentation is intended for final defense. My research topic is about ESR, or Essential Safety Requirement Standard of the Central Board for Accreditation of Healthcare Institution Compliance at Al-Majarda General Hospital. The purpose of this study is to evaluate the compliance of Al-Majarda General Hospital with ESR standard of the Sibahe. Now, for the abstract of my study, the ESR of the Sibahe compliance of Al-Majarda General Hospital represents a critical benchmark for patient safety as well as quality care. The study conducted at Al-Majarda General Hospital provides a comprehensive assessment of the hospital compliance to ESR standards across various departments. The findings reveal a consistently high level of adherence to ESR standards, demonstrating a thorough process of credentialing, medical staff management, patient care, medication safety, infection control, facility safety. And in response to these findings, the hospital has developed a comprehensive general plan aimed at enhancing ESR through structured initiatives and ongoing monitoring with recommendations. Now, for the research paradigm, the word strategic plan was changed to general action plan to improve the level of compliance of Majarda General Hospital to ESR standards of the Sibahe. Now, for the statement of the problem, the study determines the relationship between the level of compliance of ESR to Sibahe and the extent of factors affecting the compliance to ESR of Al-Majarda General Hospital, answering the following sub-problem. What is the level of compliance of Al-Majarda General Hospital to ESR standards of the Sibahe along the 9 ESR chapters? Number 2 sub-problem, what are the factors and extent of influence of the compliance of Al-Majarda General Hospital to ESR of the Sibahe in terms of the 9 chapters of ESR? Number 3, is there a significant relationship between the level of compliance to ESR of the Sibahe and the factors that influence the compliance at Al-Majarda General Hospital? Lastly, what general action plan can be proposed to improve the level of compliance of Al-Majarda General Hospital to ESR of the Sibahe? Now, for the part 1 of the tables, the level of compliance of Al-Majarda General Hospital to ESR of the Sibahe, I have presented here the legend with a difference of 0.8, 5 equivalent to full compliant, 4 mostly compliant, 3 neither compliant or not compliant, 2 partially compliant, and 1 not compliant. Now, for the level of compliance along human resources, the highest mean indicators include maintaining and advanced courses, the presence of a human resource department, and the update of personal files. While the indicators with the lowest mean includes the license, education, training, certification, and experience verified from original source, the job task based on verified credentials, and the new employees going through a departmental orientation. Now, for the overall mean, 4.61, fully compliant. Medical staff, mostly compliant. Provision of care, fully compliant. Quality management, fully compliant. Anesthesia care, fully compliant. IPC, fully compliant. Medication management, fully compliant. Laboratory, fully compliant. And FMS, mostly compliant. Now, for the summary of level of compliance of Al-Majarda General Hospital to ESR of the Sibahe, the overall mean is 4.25. It is a very high level of compliance. Second part of the tables, the factors and extent of influence on the compliance of Al-Majarda General Hospital to essential safety requirements of the Sibahe. For the factors and extent of influence along human resources, the overall rating is 4.15, high. Medical staff, average. Provision of care, very high. Quality management, very high. Anesthesia care, very high. IPC, very high. Medication management, very high. Laboratory, very high. And FMS, high. Now, for the correlation between the level of compliance and the extent of influence on the factors on the compliance of Al-Majarda General Hospital to ESR of the Sibahe, human resource, The correlation to quality management and FMS not significant. Presenting medical staff and provision of care. Quality management, anesthesia care. IPC and medication management. Then laboratory and FMS. Now for the strategic direction or strategic plan, it was changed to general plan directions. Now for the summary of conclusions. Now, for the recommendations, hospital may establish a comprehensive and ongoing training and education program across all departments. This initiative should prioritize regular training sessions that covers key areas such as medical staff bylaws, committee meeting attendance, facility management standards. Hospitals may enhance their quality management system to facilitate continuous monitoring, evaluation, and improvement of compliance with ESR standards, implementing a robust mechanism for tracking compliance metrics, conducting regular audits, and addressing non-compliance issues which promptly will ensure sustained adherence to ESR standards. Third, nursing services may be included in the structured training and education programs with a focus on areas critical to nursing practice. Regular training sessions should cover updated protocols, patient care standards, and specific compliance requirements related to nursing. Number 4, nurses may actively participate in the hospital's structured training and education programs by staying informed about the latest ESR standards and protocols. Nurses can ensure their practices align with the highest standards of patient care and safety. Finally, future researchers may focus on conducting comprehensive compliance assessment across different departments within the hospital. These assessments can identify specific areas of non-compliance and provide detailed insights to the underlying factors contributing to the gaps in adherence to ESR standards.